So class, we'll continue with the exercises of the chapter, the Great Stone Face. We had done most of them. I think so only a few are left. Okay. So please do all these textual exercises on the textbook itself. Question answers you will do in your notebook. Extra questions, if are any to be done, I will tell you. I'll send you in your WhatsApp group. Okay. Now here, imagine that you are the poet. You have come to your native valley to meet a famous preacher called Ernst. Narrate the instant of your first meeting with him. So if you had to talk about your first meeting, have you heard about Ernst? Yes, that's why he's going to meet him. And you met him. What was your experience like? Would anybody like to speak? Imagine you are the poet and you met Ernst. You want to talk about what was the first meeting like? Would anybody like to speak? Anybody? I'll raise your hand. Sorry, I'll unmute you. You raise your hand. I'll unmute you. Anybody would like to talk about what would the first meeting be like? What would the poet think when he saw Ernst? Right? What did Ernst look like? Can you make any guesses? What do you think he looked like? Both of them were old? Yes. And what about Ernst? Was Ernst a poet? Was Ernst a writer? What was he? So he was one of the respectable, yes, persons of the village. Yes, so he was a wise man. He was a respectable person. What about his thoughts? Did people come to him for advice? Yes, people came to him for advice. And yes, so when they saw him also, yeah, he had big thoughts, great thoughts, noble thoughts. And when the poet saw him, you know, like how they discussed about his poetry, how they discussed about the thoughts which the poet had. And the poet was really impressed by the thoughts of Ernst also, right? And yes, so, and Ernst thought that he is capable of, or he is good enough to be the great stone face. What was Ernst's idea? Why was he so obsessed with that? Because he wanted that prophecy to come true while he was alive. He wanted to see who was the great stone face. And for him, the great stone face was someone who was very gentle and kind and noble. And he wanted to see such a person. And he thought the poet could be like that. But the poet, when he saw Ernst talking with the villagers, he realized that this person is very noble, he's very good, and he is very true in his thoughts. Whatever he says, he believes in them. When I write my poetry, there are many things I don't believe, but I talk about, I write about. But he is very, very true to his words. So in a way, the poet was there, believing that Ernst is much better than him. Isn't it? So can you write about this? Yes, you can write about the first meeting. Yes, and yeah, the Ernst's teacher, his mentor, his guide, his inspiration was the stone face. And whatever doubt he had in his life, he would look towards the stone face seeking answers. Yes, that is why he wanted that someone good and noble and kind should be the stone face. Okay. Now here, what about nature? How do you think nature plays a very important role in our life? And here in this chapter, what role does nature have to play here? What is the role of nature in this story? Who's going to give me the answer? Yes? What is the role of nature? What is the element of nature in this story? The great stone face is a creation of nature. Yes. So, right, what is the element of nature here? It is very nice, very good. Yes, the stone face was the creation of nature. And the whole story revolves around waiting for a person, looking for a person who resembles the stone face. Yes, and very nice. Nature wants everyone to be kind and noble. So nature is there, and the face would be like that of the great stone face. Similar to that would be someone who is noble and kind. Yes, nature teaches us so many things. The clouds, yeah, so the mist was there, the clouds were there, and at that time when they were covering the stone face, so they gave a very striking resemblance to Ernst. And that is when the poet said that you are the stone face, isn't it? Right? So it was there. So nature was there, very, very important. So nature had made the stone face, nature found the stone face also. What about prophecy? Do we believe in prophecies? Yes? What are prophecies? What are prophecies? They are predictions. They are predictions. And do you think they're not necessarily old beliefs right? Okay, yeah, fine. They're passed on from generation to generation, and we keep on believing in that this might happen and this will definitely come true. And do you think prophecies, they should be believed in blindly? Do you think Ernst believed in the prophecy too much? Was he right to believe in it, or was he wrong to believe in it? Yes. What about the prophecy? Do you think Ernst laid too much of importance to it? He was wrong. He did not believe in it, or he did. He did believe in it, and he wanted that, and he wanted that prediction to come true, because yes, the prediction was a positive one. That prophecy was a positive one, that there would one day be a person who looks like that, would resemble the stone face, and that person would be kind and great and noble. Now comes the idea of being great. It's right as long as it comes true. We also, prophecies are always positive. Are prophecies always positive? Can we have negative prophecies also? Yes, we had predictions, that yes, these things might happen in the future, right? So we have negative ones also, right? So someone must have predicted about this long time ago that in this would happen, some kind of strange disease would come, isn't it? Right? So people don't know clearly what is going to happen, but it's some kind of an idea that this was going to happen. Yes, so prophecies, they can be positive, they can be negative also. And yes, if a good one comes true, we're very happy. But if a negative or a bad prophecy comes true, then of course we are very unhappy, isn't it? Right? Look what is happening to us right now. Okay, what is greatness? In this chapter, greatness has been discussed. What is greatness? There were three people who came, right, who were considered as the great stone face. One was Gatherwood. Was he a great person? Then there was that commander, isn't it? Right? Then came the poet. How does greatness, what is greatness actually? Greatness is when we're not proud of ourselves. Greatness is kindness. What is greatness? A long list of achievements? Is greatness in being very rich? Is it? Then what is greatness? Who's a great person? A simple, ordinary person can be great, right? And when is that greatness revealed? When is that greatness revealed? Yes? When is the greatness revealed? When do we show when we are great? Okay, let me do this here, right? See my file here. I have so many degrees and I have so many achievements. That makes me great. So greatness is by our thoughts, the way we behave, the way we think about others. That is what makes us great. Great, we don't need medals, we don't need trophies, we don't need honors, right? Yes, it is the way we behave. Are we good? Are we kind? And look here in this pandemic, how we have realized people unexpectedly here, the difficult situation that they were in, it made them to behave in a very extraordinary way. They did not think about themselves, it thought about others, helping others, right? Providing medical assistance, providing food, making sure that no one is hungry, right? No one is insecure, right? So all this here, these are acts of greatness. It's not how much money you have in your bank account. No, that does not make. That is why Gather Gold was not a great person, because like the money he made very quickly, that money went away also very quickly. He was ruined. He lost his money. Then he was no longer, people did not like him because he did not have any money to give. Right? So money is not there. Your bravery, when you were young, you had a lot of energy, you were very brave. Yeah, you did very heroic acts. But what happened as you grow old? Where is that heroism? So heroism is not to be shown, or it cannot be there like, yeah, you are there killing so many people and all that is there. A hero is one who rises to difficult situations. Right? Yes, of course, our soldiers are our heroes. They are there defending us. We can never ever, thank them enough. They are true heroes, selflessly every day, right? But yes, even ordinary people can be great. Ordinary people can be heroes too. And this is what the chapter is about. What is the true meaning of greatness? Yes. So our thoughts, humanity, absolutely correct. So if we are a good human being, we're thinking about humanity, that is what makes us great, isn't it? Right? So we like people who help others. We've heard about Mother Teresa. Yes? And we always talk about her because of her kindness, because of her goodness. We talk about Florence Nightingale, isn't it? Right? Yes, we talk about what our Corona warriors also. They've been at the front. So whether they were the people in the hospital, the people who were delivering our daily needs items, the people who were there making sure everybody was safe and sound, each one of them a hero, isn't it? Right? So greatness is once again not something, a medal, a trophy that you have to show, see, I'm great, I got this. Greatness is something that comes from within. Okay, right. So yeah, you might get a question here that who was actually the great person over here. Now we have put each one of these in the correct orders, and then we do with the writing skills. A resident of Noida near Delhi is visually impaired. George Abraham. What is the answer? Yes, come on. Take 10 seconds. So George Abraham, a resident of Noida near Delhi, is visually impaired. We have these word groups, right? So you will not break them, you will keep these word groups together. Confidence and competitive spirit, and infuses discipline among the participants. It provides. So it provides, this is how it's going to start. Then comes the next one, confidence and competitive spirit, and infuses discipline among the participants. He has helped the brain behind the World Cup cricket, the disabled to dream. Yes. So you have a hint here. Yes, the brain behind the World Cup cricket. He has helped the disabled to dream. Am I correct? Yes. To the blind school in Delhi, it was a chance visit that changed his life. So how do we start? It was a chance visit to the blind school in Delhi that changed his life. Have you done? Yes, you can just mark here 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 the way here it is. So 2, 1, 3. You do it like that. Then you can rearrange them. Sport is a powerful tool. The disabled, he believes that for rehabilitation. Yes. He believes that sport is a powerful tool for the rehabilitation of the disabled. Right? Now rearrange the sentences above to construct a paragraph. So we can Put all these sentences here, one after the other, and our paragraph is ready. Yeah, so we can write it down here. It's simple as that. Fine. So with this, I think so we have come to the end of the chapter, Great Stone Face. So all of you, please keep your notebooks ready and let us do the writing skills. So even I have done here. All of you, please here, let us we are going to do a debate. Yes. We're going to do debate writing. How is a debate different from a speech? Yes. How is debate writing different from speech writing? When we give a speech on a given topic, I can speak on any aspect, isn't it? I can speak in favor, against, I can speak on both, right here. And I talk about both in a speech. When I talk about a debate, it is a speech on, yes, either in favor or against the given topic. Right. It's not exactly a controversy, but on the given topic. Yes, so it is either in favor or against. And please here, when I'm talking in favor, I will talk about all the good points only. When I'm against it, I will make the person realize that no, you can't support it. You will convince a person with your point of view. You will tell the person why you think it is correct. Now, let me think of a very easy topic for you all for your debate writing, and that debate writing will be something which concerns every one of us. We have, I don't know whether we have discussed it before or not, so let us talk about online teaching can replace offline teaching. This is your topic. Now, I am not given I'm not given online teaching or offline teaching. I'm not giving online teaching versus that. So I have given online teaching can replace. I have given you a topic. If you agree with this topic, I say, yes, I agree with this. Then I will be writing in favor. If I disagree with it, then I will be against. What do we call the topic? I will say in favor of the motion. Okay? How do I write a debate? It is simply like your speech. You will give your introduction, you will address the audience, the esteemed gathering, right? And then you will start with your topic. Okay? Right? You can use a quotation if you want to captivate the interest of the audience. And yes, here, let us talk about, because we are doing the debate here, what shall we, online teaching time, how many of you would say yes, how many of you say no? Okay, how many of you are in favor of this topic? How many in favor? Raise your hand if you are in favor. Anshika is in favor. Online teaching can replace offline teaching. So online, Anshika is saying online teaching can replace. Only one person. I've got a cross also. Who's that giving that cross? Yes, let me see who is there against it. Kashish is saying, Angel is saying. Right. So I have two people who are against it. Okay, Angel is also saying against it. Okay, so this is going to be a nice discussion. So be ready with your points. Online teaching can replace offline teaching. Definitely we have replaced it. We are online right now. So why are we against it? Against. So people are saying, okay, fine. So we have many of the saying against it and discuss both the points. Let us go down the points here. I say online can do this. When you are going to introduce your topic, you are going to say it like this. That I am going to. Offline can replace online. Of course it is. It was always offline. Now we have come online, isn't it? So when you speak the topic, when you introduce your topic to the audience, you're going to say that good morning, my dear friends. Today I am going to speak against the motion. Online teaching can replace. Don't say cannot replace it. So, or in favor of the motion, online teaching can replace. Okay, quickly, let me just go through. Now, you people will tell me. Yes, so we are against it. Okay. What about it? Online teaching, why it can't be replaced? Okay, yeah, very good. Okay, and so we are here at debate. Yes, yeah. We like both the points. We like both the points. So because someone might be there in favor of it. Yeah. Why are we against it? Why are we against it here? What is wrong about online teaching? What does offline teaching have that online teaching doesn't? What is it? Yes, so we are there. Most important, there is interaction. Yes. Right now, it seems if I'm talking to the screen. Yeah, we can't directly interact. So we are indirectly interacting. But yes, yeah. Then what else? There is no competition or no competitive spirit. Very nice. So you're just sitting, get lazy and all, right? Then what about your alertness? In the class, you are alert. Oh, you're missing your friends also. Yes, you're missing your friends. So we talk about interaction here. Live learning is much better. And of course, here it is not only this. It is so many things that you miss the environment. Okay, the environment is missing. You at home you are not able to create that environment, isn't it? Yes, and self-control, lack of. You're looking at your phone or there, yes, you have network issues. Yes, that is a major problem. You have network issues also, right? Screen time. So you're in school for a long period of hours, nothing happens to your eyesight, nothing happens to your health, you're active also, you're going out, right? You have the games period also, you have the library period, you're having your practicals also. So many activities. So you are alert and active. But here you keep on sitting and looking at the screen. So it leads to health issues also. Right? Yes, we feel shy. In the class, we might be there standing in front and sitting and shouting at the top of the voices and ready to give all the answers. But in online classes, we are afraid to interact also. Right? Yes, we don't want to speak up. We're happy. Okay, ma'am, let's just turn on the screen and join the class and let her carry on with her lecture, isn't it? Or you feel that sometimes in the middle of the class, okay, let me go and eat something and come back. By the time you lose that connection to the lecture, isn't it? So, ghar pe kya hai? Distractions. You have distractions, right? Now, I have written these few points. How am I going to present these points? How am I going to present these points? Right? So, of course, I'm going to talk to the audience, right? So, I'll say, my dear friends, that yes, yeah, Anshika wants to say something. Yes, Anshika, where are you? How are we going to present it? Yes, you can unmute yourself.
We can ask questions to the audience.
Of course, you are going to ask questions. Yes, so my dear friends, who is the person who opposes you? What do you call the person who opposes you? You will debate an opponent, isn't it? So not only your audience you're going to ask, you will tell your opponent also. also. So my worthy opponent thinks that students are very alert and interactive in the online classes, but are you aware that students do not have the real interaction that they can have in an offline class, where they can interact with the students, where they can interact with the teachers, right? And yes, here it, you can say online classes, they become monotonous also. Yes or not? So after a period of time, the same thing, yes. Yeah, so of course the future here. And what about honesty? So many things you can talk about. So please, for each and every one question that you are going to ask, you have to be strong. Do you know, my dear friends, that students are getting so much distracted because of online classes, right? They look at the screen, they start with their lectures, but they end up at what? Some social networking site. So it is very difficult for the students to maintain their concentration during online classes, right? Offline classes, they focus on the overall development of the child. How can you conduct exercises? How will you take the students for games? Right? So virtual, yes, it is replacing. We have virtual labs. We ask for students to make the videos doing yoga and exercise and everything there. But when you are with your friends, when you are with your teacher, when you are there in the class, you are interacting, right? So yes, we say that my worthy opponent says that students can be tested on Google Forms and Google quizzes, but are we really aware of the true result? Do we know about the honesty of the child? In offline classes, when the students are there preparing for the exams right in front of you, the true, what you can say, learning of the child or the interaction that has happened, that is there visible. But in online, that interaction, that learning is not visible. So there are so many things here. So we conclude here. So my worthy opponent, let me tell you, online teaching might be a solution. Right? It might be a short-term solution, but we know that students cannot learn without their peers, without their friends, without their teachers, and so online teaching can never replace offline teaching. So it's like a speech only. You will ask questions, you will give the answers also, you will talk, and remember, a key point in it, you will be here in favor or against. Yes, everyone does not have the resources, very true. There are people who are living in areas where they don't have network, connections. Yeah. So how are they going to manage? And it is around us, everybody is there, oh wow, we're doing so well. But the reality is that it is not reaching everyone. You are there on your smartphones, you might have a separate laptop and all. But what about so many students who don't have access? Right? So the parents can't afford to give them separate phones. What about them? How the learning is suffering? How the teaching is suffering? Isn't it? So it might be a replacement, but it is not the long-term solution. Okay? So be ready with your points tomorrow. Tomorrow be ready with your grammar books first. Okay? How we will start? Just like to start a speech. That way I'm going to express my views in, or you can say against the topic, right? So you just mention one word against or favor, and then you will continue with it. So my worthy opponent, my dear friend. So you will ask questions and all. So I'll tell you the format also, okay? So let's just get our content first correct, okay? Fine, clear? Is it?